Is now an Ohio lawmaker out of office tonight and facing felony charges. State Representative Carl Weddington is accused of using his position to take bribes. 10 Investigates reporter Paul Aker live at the State House with the story tonight. Paul?
That's right. Weddington used to spend his days here at the State House, but today he resigned his office and spent his day, at least part of it, just a few blocks from here at the FBI office. Weddington turned himself in to face those 3 charges. The prosecutor says he's been cooperative, but the prosecutor also says Weddington took checks, cash, and trips from undercover FBI agents for a total of about $16,000. All of that, the prosecutor says, was in exchange to try to get a law passed. Here's what Weddington is charged with. 1 count of bribery, a 3rd-degree felony that carries up to 3 years in prison, election falsification, also a felony, and filing an ethics disclosure report that was false. That's a misdemeanor. The FBI agent in charge says the charges reflect the Bureau's commitment to root out corruption.
The citizens of Ohio deserve and are expected good governance from their elected officials. The FBI has a top priority of conducting investigations of those officials who information leads do not lead to that good governance.
And at 6 o'clock, I'll explain the audio recordings the FBI claims to have and the response from Weddington's attorney. For now, we're live at the State House. I'm Paul Aker for 10 Investigates.
Paul, thanks a lot. We are continuing to follow the very latest developments in this story. We will have all the latest on 10TV.com and more ahead for you tonight at 6, including how lawmakers are reacting to today's news.
New at 5, the search is still on for a suspect after a chase on Weddington of taking bribes. It is a story making waves at the State House as the FBI is now investigating. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jerry Revish.
And I'm Andrea Camber. We have just obtained a mugshot of State Representatives W. Carlton Weddington of Columbus after he was taken into custody on charges of bribery, election falsification, and filing a false ethics statement. Prosecutors say the charges are the first of their kind against an Ohio lawmaker since 1912.
And we have team coverage for you tonight. 10 TV's Kurt Ludlow was there as Weddington surrendered and has reaction from lawmakers. But first, 10 Investigates Paul Aker live at the State House with details on the sting prosecutors say helped nab the lawmaker. Paul?
And here at the State House, Weddington was a well-known lawmaker, but now he's resigned that job and he's an accused felon. State Representative Carlton Weddington made a hasty exit from political office and a quick turn for FBI agents in courtrooms. The fast-moving developments followed a news conference where the county prosecutor announced that a grand jury had indicted the Democrat on a felony count of bribery and 2 other charges. Prosecutor Ron O'Brien says Weddington took bribes from undercover FBI agents last year.
The bribery count alleges that he took cash, that he took checks, that he accepted a trip.
FBI agents say they posed as businessmen who wanted a law passed. In exchange, agents say Weddington took payments that included a trip to South Beach, Florida and Napa Valley, California, about $16,000 in all. The FBI agent in charge says he's happy to see the case end with charges.
The citizens of Ohio deserve and are expected good governance from their elected officials. The FBI has a top priority of conducting investigations of those officials who information leads do not lead to that good governance.
10 Investigates obtained this video as Weddington checked into jail after meeting with those agents. His attorney says it's been an incredible strain.
He is holding up as well as can be expected. It's difficult, as you can imagine.
Weddington's defense could also be difficult. FBI agents say they recorded the bribery conversations.
Well, as you're well aware, tapes are tough. They really are. They don't always tell the whole story, though, so I'm going to reserve judgment like any good lawyer does.
And Weddington's attorney tells me that Weddington has now bonded out of jail. He's expected to be in court on Friday. We're live at the State House. I'm Paul Aker for 10 Investigates.
Well, 10 TV anchor Kurt Ludlow was there as Weddington surrendered today. He tried to speak with him and joins us with the lawmaker's reaction. Kurt?
Well, Jerry, Carlton Weddington was stony-faced as he and his attorney, Sam Szymanski, walked from Szymanski's office a few blocks to the FBI, where Weddington would turn himself in and where I hoped he'd talk to me. Mr. Weddington, do you have any comment? Would you like to take a charge against you? No comment from Weddington and no on-camera comments from any of his colleagues today. I spent all day trying to get lawmakers to react to Weddington's arrest. In the end, I received a written statement from the president of the Ohio Legislative Black Caucus. State Representative Sandra Williams said, quote, "We are saddened by the news that one of our members may have been involved in activities that are contrary to Ohio ethics laws." Representative Weddington has always been a dedicated member of the Black Caucus and loyal to his constituents. We pray that he and his family will work through this situation. And Ohio House Democratic leader Armand Budish released this statement. These are very serious and very shocking allegations. Any severe breach of the public trust, as this may be, deserves the most thorough and serious treatment by law enforcement. Public corruption at any level of government is absolutely unacceptable. Our prayers are with the Weddington family. I also reached out to Columbus School Superintendent Dr. Jean Harris. Since Weddington served on the Columbus School Board from 2006 to 2008, she also declined to comment. Live in the newsroom, Kurt Ludlow, 10 TV News.
Thanks, Kurt. Weddington is due back in court on Friday. We'll continue to follow this investigation and bring you details on air and online at 10tv.com.
Jerry, 2